But we are playing Minnesota next week, and the major player that we're all expecting to see is one Jalen Reagor. Now, my father-in-law is a Vikings fan, and he kind of asked me, what's up with Jalen Reagor? Why was Philadelphia so willing to get rid of him for nothing, basically? And my response was, look, Jalen Reagor was a guy that I wanted. Now, I wanted Justin Jefferson. I think that most people, a lot of people wanted Justin Jefferson, but a lot of people said that since Justin Jefferson was only a slot receiver, Reagor would be better. And I didn't agree with that. I thought that was a silly thing, but obviously the Eagles agreed with that, so they picked Reagor. And I liked Reagor because of the way he played at TCU. I watched almost all TCU games. My wife is a TCU fan. So I was extremely excited to see him on the team because I watched him. And I feel like in many circumstances, Philadelphia is a big market. Okay, we're a real big market team. And when it all comes down to it, if you're in a big market, you have a lot of pressure to succeed. You got media outlet, you've got hardcore fans, which Eagles fans are hardcore no matter what anybody says. And sometimes when you don't succeed, the noise kind of gets into your head. And that might be what happened to Jalen Reagor. I don't know. I told him, look, he didn't seem as fast as advertised, which they picked him because of his speed. It didn't seem to have that NFL speed, and he couldn't catch the ball. Like, very inconsistent when it came to catching the ball. There's some times where he could have made like a spectacular catch. Like his first catch in the NFL was like a one-handed whoop against the Washington football team. And we were like, yeah, he's going to be really good. But he ended up not being good. He ended up not being able to catch. A lot of people called him Nelson Aguilar 2.0, and that was very much what was advertised. He was Nelson Aguilar 2.0. You could look at their statistics. It's almost completely the same. He just couldn't rise to the occasion. And I don't know if it's something in the water here in Philadelphia, but in Philadelphia, maybe in Minnesota, receivers learn how to catch the ball. But Reagor just couldn't do that. When it came to the preseason, he barely played during the preseason. He couldn't catch a break during the preseason. Caught a few passes, but wasn't anything spectacular. Other guys who were considered lesser were doing better than him. I honestly didn't think we were ever going to trade him. I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought that was just a bunch of smoke. I just thought that was like the Eagles being like, all right, we got to tell the fans that, or tell the media to tell the fans that we're, it's eaten up. Because the trade rumors started back in March. And they were like, oh, there's a team that's going to trade for Reagor. I was like, yeah, sure they are. And then when it came to August, they were like, a team's going to trade for him now. And I was like, no, they're not. Nobody's going to trade for a receiver who just can't catch the football right now. No one's going to do that. But Minnesota, who drafted Justin Jefferson, got Jalen Reagor. I don't know if Jalen Reagor did anything in that Packers game. I know that the Vikings won big. But, I mean, maybe they can tap his hidden potential. Just put their hands on his head and just, right, tap his hidden potential. And maybe he's going to be successful. I don't know. I wish the guy well. I don't have any hate for the guy. It sucks that he wasn't successful in Philadelphia. I would have liked to see me be right on that situation, but he just didn't do anything. I don't even think he had more than 300 yards in a season. And if you're a number one overall pick, if you're picked in the first round and that's your production, then I hate to break it to you, but you're not going to be seen all high and mighty in the NFL unless there's a team out there that just really thinks that they can do something. And, Minnesota has been known for years to be a huge wide receiver team. They're known for Randy Moss, Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen, now Justin Jefferson. Maybe they can get something out of him. I don't know. And I feel like maybe it's a situation where, the grass is greener somewhere else. You're in greener pastures. Maybe Vikings fans are less going to boo you, or maybe there's a less likely chance that they're going to spam your DMs and tell you that you're an idiot, which I feel like that was the other issue that Reagor had. I feel like he had a lot of mental health issues coming into the NFL. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, mental health issues, that's just another word for being a PUSSY. No, everyone has mental health issues. I have mental health issues. I have crippling anxiety. I've started doing like coloring books for my anxiety. Like coloring really like makes things feel better in my mind, because I'm focusing on that instead of like all the other stuff that's, bugging me in my mind. But a few people died in his life. A lot of fans were like really treating him like really, really bad on social media, which is why you really just shouldn't go on like Instagram or Twitter. And he was really smart for like pulling his social media pages down, but obviously it didn't help enough. I think that the way things are, he'll be remembered for those 2 drop passes in that one Giants game where the Eagles could have won. Do I expect the Eagles fans to give him a warm welcome? No. No, I don't. But I do wish him well in Minnesota. I hope he succeeds. I think it was like 2 years ago, Nelson Aguilar went to the Raiders, and he played amazingly, honestly. I was like, dang it. Another guy leaves Philadelphia, and he's amazing. But, Reagor's not going to be that number 1 option. I don't even think he's going to be that number 3 option. I think that it would be smart for him to be humbled, and I think it would be smart for him to maybe take advantage of those inside slot positions. But he's just going to have to make a change, because this could be the last destination for Jalen Reagor. If he doesn't make it here, he could be out of the league real fast. And, people don't forget in the NFL. Usually don't forget in the NFL. Teams usually don't forget.